So I'm just finishing my day at the gift building and walking back towards Duka Apartments now. As I mentioned earlier, things didn't exactly go according to plan. A lot of things did pop up throughout the day, so I didn't manage to actually get to work on my bike. I didn't manage to put the work stand together to clean my bike, so I hope I'll get to do that tomorrow. My day was spent preparing for tomorrow's live streaming, which will be Pastor David and Wying bringing our spiritual Saturday activities live and virtual on the Kechara Forest Retreat Facebook fan page. And so yeah, we were busy preparing for that and doing a rehearsal, sorting out all the technical equipment. So KFR is really lovely at night. It's quiet, not many people around. As you can see, Wisdom Hall, the lights are on, but no one's around. Let me show you guys all around. So yeah, I'm heading back towards Duka Apartments now. See you guys tomorrow and good night. Good morning. It's the 28th of March, which would make it the 10th day of the movement control order. I almost touched my face just then. So one of the questions that I've been asked quite a lot is, what's it like to live in Kechara Forest Retreat? This was asked of me even before the MCO was implemented. And people ask, what's it like to live in KFR? What's it like to live in Duka Apartments? So I thought that I would take the opportunity today to show you some parts of my room, specifically some parts of my altar. I will show you my room one day, the room / cabin that Rinpoche has so kindly allowed me to move into and to stay in permanently. But for now, I'll just show you the bits of my altar, especially the parts of my altar that were given to me by Rinpoche. So I've known Rinpoche since I was 11, and over the years, Rinpoche has kindly given me a lot of gifts. And I obviously have never had the heart to put anything in storage or to give anything away. I've kept everything, every single note, every single statue, every single picture, image, everything that Rinpoche's ever given me. So I would like to share with you some of it, some of the items that are on my altar. So the first thing I would like to share with you is this beautiful Milarepa Tangka. Someone had offered it to Rinpoche, and Rinpoche had hung it up in his room for many days, and Rinpoche had been gazing at it, looking at it and appreciating it. And so one day I was in the room with Rinpoche and I just casually remarked, "Oh Rinpoche, that's a really nice Tangka." That's all I said. And I said it because I really like Milarepa. I like how dedicated to the point of obsession he was over his practice. I like the fact that, he was someone who really became incredible despite starting out as pretty much the worst among us. I mean, someone who murdered people, someone who hurt people. He changed his life around completely and became this incredible attained being through absolute dedication to his practice. It's someone who refused to give up a moment of practice just to look for food. So he would eat the nettles that were growing next to him in his cave, his meditation cave, and that's how he acquired the green hue to his skin. So I absolutely love Milarepa because just an incredible amount of devotion to turn his life around, to turn his mind around, to become someone that, is now benefiting so many people, countless sentient beings. So I casually, just literally with no intent whatsoever, just remarked, "Oh Rinpoche, that's a really nice Tangka." And Rinpoche immediately, without skipping a beat, said, "Oh, you can have it." And that was it. I just, my jaw dropped. I looked at Rinpoche. I believe Pastor Shin was there with me, and then Pastor Shin started giggling. And yeah, Rinpoche said, you can have it. Go ahead, take it. And I looked at Rinpoche and I said, thank you, Rinpoche, but I don't have any walls to hang it up in. Because at the time, I was actually staying in a dormitory. So I had a bunk bed. And Rinpoche said, no, don't worry. Just roll it up. And then one day when you have your own cabin, then you can hang it up. And exactly as Rinpoche said, one day I did move into my own cabin. And so now this tanka is hanging on my wall. All right. So another thing that I wanted to share with you that came from Rinpoche as well is this statue of His Holiness Kyabje Chujang Rinpoche. This statue Rinpoche gave to me when we were living in Kuala Lumpur, when Rinpoche's Ladrang was in Kuala Lumpur. And one day Rinpoche called me up to the gift room because he needed some help with selecting gifts for people. So back then it was a gift room, it wasn't a gift building. So I went into the gift room and with a few other people, and we were picking gifts out, looking at what was suitable for each person. And so when we were done, there were a few of us standing around in the gift room talking while Rinpoche was going through the gift room and looking at the different shelves and all of that. And this statue happened to catch my eye. So I was standing there looking at the statue when Rinpoche saw me looking at the statue. And Rinpoche asked me, do you like this statue? And I said, oh, Rinpoche, I really, really like the statue. I love His Holiness Kyabje Chujang Rinpoche, and to me, the statue looks alive. So Rinpoche immediately said, well, you can have it. And I was gobsmacked. Also, over the years I've learned, this was before I learned the lesson, but over the years I have learned that whenever something catches your eye or there's something you like, don't show too much interest or liking for it in front of Rinpoche, because, Rinpoche was incredibly generous in so many ways. And so expressing interest or liking in anything around Rinpoche, it could end up in Rinpoche gifting it to you. And so before I had learned this lesson, of course, Rinpoche had asked me, do you like the statue? And so I said, yes, I do. And Rinpoche said, well, you can have it. And I stood there, my jaw hit the floor, and then Rinpoche took the statue off the shelf, put it on the crown of my head and blessed me with it, and then said, here you go. And so I hugged the statue very, very tightly and brought it downstairs to my desk, and then had it filled with mantras and had brocade ropes sewn for it as an offering to the statue. So yes, this statue used to have brocade ropes on it, and as you can see now, it doesn't. And why is that? Because one day again in Kuala Lumpur, I was moving house, and I was moving in with another Dharma sister. And on the day we were moving in, Rinpoche came to visit, and Rinpoche wanted to see the progress of our move. And Rinpoche came with a group of people as well as 2 altar tables. So Rinpoche said that he wanted to gift an altar table to me, but wasn't sure what design I liked. So asked me to choose between the 2. Oh, so embarrassing. So my Lama brought 2 altar tables to my house and asked me to choose which one I liked because he didn't know which one I liked. So with a lot of embarrassment, I picked one. And then Rinpoche had them move the altar table into the house, had the other students move the altar table into the house, and so I set up the altar under Rinpoche's watchful eye. So as you guys know, Rinpoche is a master at designing altars. Rinpoche has a lot of extremely beautiful altars, but me as a student, I've got absolutely no artistic inclination. Okay, I haven't got a single artistic bone in my body, which Rinpoche did tease me about. So I started setting up my altar as Rinpoche was watching, and then Rinpoche very kindly said to me, you spend a lot of time with me, you spend a lot of time helping me, and I know that you don't have a lot of time to take care of your own personal things like, clean your own stuff, clean your room and all of that. So why not you try something different for once? And so Rinpoche asked me, what kind of altar do you like? And I said, personally, I like an altar that's packed. I like an altar that's colorful, that's full of things. I really, really like Tibetan style altars. And Rinpoche said, well, those altars are really, really beautiful. And if you have the time, they're great. But since you spend so much time with me and, not a lot of time in your house actually, perhaps you would like to try something different, which is you would like to try a minimalist altar. And so Rinpoche said, why not we try something new? Let's reduce the amount of color on your altar. And so, we started taking off all the colorful things on my altar, like the colorful flowers, the colorful candles, replacing it with white ones and all of that. And what we took off, one of the items that we took off were the robes. So I was a little uncomfortable at the time when Rinpoche was taking it off, I'm going to be honest, because to me it felt a little naked not to have Rinpoche, Trijang Rinpoche's statue with brocade robes. And Rinpoche said, don't feel uncomfortable because you've already had the statue for so long. You've already offered the robes onto Kyabje Trijang Rinpoche. So since the robes are already offered, you've already accumulated the merit. So don't feel uncomfortable about not having robes offered onto Rinpoche. And, if you don't like it, and you can't get used to the idea of the statue without the robes on, when I leave after, you guys have settled into your house, you can put the robes back on. And so I took the robes off and put them away nicely, packed them away nicely. And to this day, as you can see, the brocade robes still haven't gone back on. The other thing Rinpoche also did point out is that the robes have, apart from the fact that the robes have already been offered, is that the robes are actually carved onto the statue. So it's not as though, His Holiness Kyabje Trijang Rinpoche is without robes that have been offered. So anyway, that is the second item that I wanted to share with you that was gifted to me by my guru, His Eminence Kyabje Tsem Rinpoche. Okay, so I'm expected to be somewhere in about 5 minutes, so I'm going to share very quickly with you one more item which was gifted to me by Rinpoche, and it is this. So, as you can see, it's just a bottled drink. So why do I still have it? Because it was gifted to me by Rinpoche. It was given to me by Rinpoche. And when I got the bottle, I thought it was just so pretty that I immediately offered it on my altar. And it's been there ever since. It's been there, God, for at least 5 or 6 years already. So, I offer it up every day. I offer part of it up every day. What do I mean by that? I will share and explain with you in a future video. Because right now I actually do have to be somewhere else. I think I might be a bit late already. Anyway, yes, so I just wanted to share with you that it's not just statues and things that Rinpoche has very compassionately given to me over the years, but even things like this, a bottled drink. Rinpoche had given it, and at the time had said, you should quickly drink it, or, I think you'll enjoy this drink. And yeah, I never drank it. Immediately it went on my altar because I thought it was just so pretty, and I'm a complete sucker for packaging. So there you go, a third item in my room that was gifted to me from my guru, which is still on my altar and is not a statue or a tanka. So someone back here is obviously very relaxed today. Where am I off to? I am off to Enchanted Forest. Why? Because Pastor David and Wai Ying will be doing a virtual version of the Spiritual Saturday activities at KFR. And just to give you all a taste of what's going on, what's going to be available, and what will be happening after the movement control order has been lifted. We've got another, 15, 16 days to go before the MCO is lifted. So there'll be at least 2 more Spiritual Saturdays held virtually on the KFR fan page on Facebook. So I'm going over there right now in that direction there to help them to set up the technical side of the live streaming. Hi everyone. It's just past 8:55 and I've just been able to get to my desk in gift building for the first time today. Been on my feet all day, starting with the live streaming of the Spiritual Saturday virtual session that was hosted by Pastor David and by Ying. So and then after that I was running here and then getting things done and all of that. So now that I'm in the gift building, I'm going to take the opportunity to try and get some writing work in. I am currently working on editing a couple of pieces as well as on part 2 of the Introduction to Buddhism book, so that is what I'll be working on. Oh god, looking at the length of my hair. Okay, I'm going to need a haircut soon. That's one of the logistical challenges of this whole movement control order, which is that for those of us who are training to become monks and nuns, we are supposed to keep our hair short and it shouldn't be longer than 2 finger lengths. So it's still bearable. I mean, it's still within the regulation height length, but it's starting to bug me because it's like fluffy and pokey on top, but it's flat in the back and it's just weird. So going to get a haircut tomorrow by one of the residents who's still staying here in KFR and has a pair of clippers, has a shaving thing. So yeah, hopefully in the next video I'll have a cleaner head of hair. Anyway, I hope you guys have had a good 10th day of the MCO. We only have 14 more days to go, but please stay home, stay safe, stay spiritual, don't go out, don't take unnecessary risks unless you have to. Alright, so good night guys, take care, and I'll see you tomorrow.